From your PHLV radio family, Merry Christmas and all the best in the coming year.
Merry Christmas from your friends at PHLV Radio.
It's a lunch hour in Vegas, and we're on the dot with Dot and Mia here on PHLV Radio.
Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful weather out there. Welcome to On the Dot with Dot and Mia, and I am Dot.
And I'm Mia. Welcome to our fourth episode of On the Dot, where we give you casual but professional answers to life's questions through effective and tested life coaching processes.
Yes. Yes, Mia, this is brought to us by PHLV, of course, PHLV Radio. This is where we are, yes. And this is in cooperation with the University of the Philippines Alumni Association in Nevada. And coaching, what is coaching? Coaching is partnering with a client towards the future, the present and the future. It's not counseling, it's not psychotherapy, and it doesn't dig deep into the past of the client. But in your case, of course, I cannot dig deep into your case, into your problems, because you're out there and I'm here. So in the meantime, we're doing coaching on air. That's what coaching is. The responsibility is on you.
So last week we talked about COVID and depression, but this week we're going to talk about something new. And speaking of COVID, we would like to take a moment, since yesterday we had a very sad news with one of our beloved treasure, Joe Tino. And with that, we would like to take a few moments.
Yes, just a few moments of silence. And if you're tuning in just now and a little bit later, don't be shocked if don't be confused if it's quiet. We'll just take a few moments of quiet as we honor our community members. Community leader Joe Tino is with the Cavite Association of Nevada. He's also with our University Alumni Association. We also bring to mind Bel Mariano, who is one of our members, Manny Santos, and Eva Mandapat. During this pandemic time, they passed away. So we just take a few seconds. As we honor them. Blessings of peace and comfort to the families left behind, and you too, dear audience, listeners, viewers. You may also honor your dearly departed. And we also pray for those who are struggling right now. We bring you into our prayers. May you find peace and may you find healing for your highest good. Amen. Yes. Whew, take a deep breath, Mia, Kuya Yo, and our guest and our audience. Yes. As they say, the show must go on. Right.
All
Okay.
right. So last week, as I was saying, we were talking about COVID and depression. And I think that was our longest episode. I mean,
Yes.
that was a very broad topic.
48 minutes, Mia.
Yeah. So, they were saying we should talk about depression more often, talk about love and depression and coping with depression. So we'll talk about that more in our future episodes.
Yes.
But for this week, we're tackling something relatively new, which is brought about by social media as well. It's about the power of influencers.
Influencers.
Yes. So what is an influencer?
Tell me, Mia.
An influencer is someone who has the power to affect the purchasing decision of others because of his or her authority, knowledge, position, or relationship with his or her audience. And so our letter sender is Maria Luisa Perez de Tagle.
Okay.
That's a long name.
What is the short name for her? Is
Probably-
it Malu or Luisa?
I'm thinking it's Malu.
Malu.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Filipinos are very fond of Maria.
Yes.
Maria Luisa.
Are you Maria
No,
Mia?
I'm just Benjamina, my mom's name.
Oh, I thought it's Maria Mia.
Nah.
Mama Mia.
My mama calls me Mina Mia, which is
Mina
my
Mia.
mind
Oh,
in Spanish.
beautiful. Yes. Okay, go ahead, Mia.
Okay, so the letter goes. It's a quite long letter. Let me read it. It goes, Dear Dot and Mia, I am a small food business owner, and I want to share with you a situation that may probably be experienced by many businesses like mine. There are so-called foodies and there are influencers that swarm around restaurants, big or small, fine dine or delivery. I recently launched the promotion of food brand and offered a tasting to those who might want to help submit feedback or comments through a survey. Foodies who love to get a taste of something new and spread word of mouth are influencers who might help spread awareness, especially in social media. Anyway, one particular young student in UNLV who just moved to Las Vegas agreed to receive a sample, but the delivery to the campus dormitory, which has proven very difficult, in fact, to any food delivery, even to an expert pizza messenger.
So she's at the
Dormitories.
The dorm, yes.
Yeah, which was kind of hard to deliver, I would assume.
Yes.
So this has put her and the delivery person in a very odd situation where the student became impatient. Because they have so many buildings there now.
Oh,
if
yes,
you
it's
noticed.
hard to navigate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially the
CSI.
parking.
Yes. It's so big, huge. Yes.
Yeah. So, more so, the delivery man having difficulty finding where she was. To cut the story short, the student no longer felt eager to taste the food. But that was not the end of it. Her disgust led her to badmouth the brand, even if she did not even put a spoon of food in her mouth. I bring this story up because as she complained about the brand in front of the influencers and the foodies, among them was my son, who she just met at the gathering and who co-owned the brand.
Ooh.
Ha.
What synchronicity? Yes.
Yikes. Awkward.
Awkward.
My son had to ask what happened, and she, flustered as she was, told him what happened and admitted she just put it in the freezer. Understandably, as my son told me the story. Now, I felt offended, most especially upon knowing that she stashed the food. It is offensive because after having spent time to cook the meal and having it brought to her to eat for free. I checked her account in Instagram and she was not even an influencer status, having less than 1,500 followers, and I assume are probably not Vegas locals, as she herself is new in the city. Her pictures in the account do not even have any photo of food. So I doubt how she can influence people to try her brand. I concluded she was merely among those who want a free meal. Anyway, I'm bringing this up because whoever is listening to this story might have the heart to understand that chefs and cooks work hard, including delivery people who bring the food to customers, braving traffic and running after time, paying attention to the temperature or the condition of the food plate and presentation. More so the person who put a passion in preparing, cutting the vegetables, and probably burning their fingers on the cooking process, making it perfect for someone to judge the meal. The meal, not the way it was delivered. I'm addressing this to people who goes on a power trip to disregard to laborers just making a decent living. Imagine one student who I now doubt has learned an earnest respect and understanding of labor. I now wonder if she was present when that was taught in her classroom at the university. Absent.
Absent. She must have been
Absent.
sleeping or absent.
I now judge her as well. Other situations encompass this. Situations such as complaining about the food just to get a discount, quantifying the cost of food just by cost of ingredients, unmindful of the overhead expenses, kitchen rental, ingredients, food preparations, washing the pots and pans, additional hygienic stuff, gas for delivery, et al. I'm reaching out to your listeners who might help in making these power trippers realize that there is such a thing as understanding each and every situation. The operation of a business, any business, and just because you have the power, especially using social media, to which you have the reach to bring down an entity, does not mean you should. Unless you're a very mean person. Thank you, Mia and Dot. More power to your radio show. Best regards, Maria Luisa Perez de Tagle.
Woohoo, that's a long letter, Mia. Ooh. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. So,
The end.
the end for now. So before we tackle the long letter, let's bring in our guest.
So
Yes.
our guest is a mortgage loan originator from Cardinal Financial Group of Companies, a business owner, and a musician. And he is Mr. Francis Navarro.
Hello, Francis.
Oh, thank
Hi,
you for having me.
Francis.
Thank you, Doc and Mia. Thank you, PHLV Radio. It's good to be back here. Second
Aha.
time.
All right. Oh,
Second
okay. When was the last time? What did you do last time?
We did a music gig for
Alright.
Valentine's last year, I think, with Mr. Phil.
I
So-
see. So you're a songer,
Very excited.
Singer, very good singer.
sing-songer. A singer,
singer,
yes.
yes.
All right. Thank you, Francis, for being here. Did you hear the letter?
Happy to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Are you a foodie?
It happens quite a bit nowadays.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
Yes. So my question is, what's an influencer? I mean, how do you get to be an influencer? Does it have to be a number of people listening to you, following you? If it's 1,500, is that not enough? How many followers do you need to have to be an influencer?
well, in my own words, an influencer would be, in basic meaning, would be someone who is somewhat popular, or celebrity status would be a great influencer. But nowadays, in this day and age, it would be the number of likes, right? The number of followers.
Yeah. So how
Followers
many?
on Instagram?
How many likes?
I
Followers,
don't
would
have a
think.
number. I mean, I know 1 million likes would make you
Oh, okay.
make some money in YouTube or
All right.
Instagram.
Am I an influencer, Mia?
I don't know how many followers do you have.
How about
I
you,
don't
Mia?
even check.
How about
I
you?
don't even check my followers.
Kuya, you're an influencer. PHLV could be an influencer. Okay, it doesn't have to be an entity, a person, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just assuming. Anyway, so that's my question about the influencer. How many people do you need following you to be called, for you to be called an influencer?
They call them the nano influencer. They have categories too, based on my research. Yeah, nano influencer.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do blogs and stuff.
All right. Must be exhausting. That's just for me. Are you an influencer, Francis?
I am an influencer in my own way. I do home mortgages for a living, and so I help people, and they do reviews on me. So it's very critical that I do my job well, and I cannot make any fake promises or do whatnot, because otherwise I get a bashing immediately. Like, oh, this guy did this and this guy did that. So it kind of in our world today, being an influencer is somewhat really very, very motivating factor to do your job well.
Yes,
And
that's right.
get the job done all the time, and honesty is always still the best policy, I guess.
Yes, we're interconnected. That's what it is. We rely on each other for services and feedback, and then more services and feedback. It's a cycle. So, in the case of our letter from Maria Luisa, Miss Titagle, I want to share something about the Itadakimasu. Are you familiar with that? Itadakimasu.
Sounds
It's a Japanese.
Japanese.
Yes, it is a Japanese. It's interesting. We just had Japanese food last week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Right. It not only gives thanks, it is not only a thanksgiving or a gratitude or a prayer of thank you, Lord, for the food. It includes everything involved in the preparation of the meal. So the meal before us, which is what Luisa was saying, it not only involves the food itself, the water, the ingredients, the vegetables, but the growers, the producers, farmers, the packers, the packagers, the delivery people. Not just those. Who made the oil? Who made the cooking pan? Who made the ladle, the fire, the gas? Every single thing involved in the production of the food before us. So the Japanese, it is spelled as Itadakimasu, but the pronunciation is Itadakimasu. So you take a moment to thank the meal before you and everyone involved in that. You don't have to itemize each one, but with that just one word, you include everybody. So now imagine what Luisa was saying. Doesn't she know this wonderful influencer, this young, eager influencer? Doesn't she know that there are people involved in this production? So we apply the law of attraction now. And I understand that Francis here is interested in the law of attraction. He is, you want to tell us a little bit about what you know about it? What is the law to you? What's your understanding of the law?
Yeah, so I've seen the movie, the documentary, The Secret, the first one, and the Awakening as well. So that was the follow-up to that movie years later. I think, what was it, 10, 20 years, I think, after the first Secret came out. So, it really has turned my life around. I had a lot of turning points in my life before I'd seen the documentary, but it really showed me that if I track back, it's like I've been doing things right, knock on wood. But there are things that stuff that you learn every day, as you live your life, and you stumble and you fall, and those are the most important things that will treat you lessons in life. I'm a car fanatic, so I go by the words by Henry Ford. And I think this was one of the quotes here that I'm going to quote him on this one. So it's Henry Ford says, "Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again this time more intelligently. So it's just like
Yes,
not
I like that.
how you fall from the horse, right? It's how you get back up strategically, you know.
Yes.
And that was the whole point of the awakening, was to, not just wish for and wait.
Yes.
It's more of the action.
Yes.
Yeah. More
So-
of what we need to do.
The law says, the law of attraction is you attract who you are. You bring into your life who you are, not into your experiences, not just what you think about or what you say or how you present yourself, but your energy, your vibration, who you think you are. You attract that. The question is, who do you think you are? If you think you are a wonderful person, then you attract more of wonderful stuff into your experience. If you think life is awful, you believe life is awful, more of the awfulness will show up. Okay, so if you think you're a child of God, you believe that and you know that for sure, you behave the same way and the same things show up in your life. So I will bring this back now to the influencer in our letter, and to all influencers and foodies and whatever it is that you are trying to influence the world. If you're listening, I only have questions for you. Okay? And Mia and Francis, you can pop in and you can give your opinions here, because you're experienced in all these. I know you're foodies. You go around and you you taste.
We eat.
You eat. Oh, okay. So, influencers and foodies, where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? What is your purpose in doing what you are doing? Purpose. What is your desired result for saying what you're saying and for doing what you are doing? How do you get from your starting point to your end result? How do you get there? Is it by stepping on what other people have built on and stepping further up? And when you get halfway to the top, you crush them down? That's painful. That doesn't sound nice. Or is it by stepping into your own magnificent power and pulling people up, giving them the ropes to climb on? You're up there, you throw them the rope, and you say, come on, come up here with me. Especially those who are struggling and those who are discouraged. So 2 questions. So 2 choices for you. How do you get there? And when you are there, what do you do? And how are you doing that? And what is it to you if people make mistakes while they are learning how to build their trade? So, for example, Luisa is just starting her business. And we know very well that when we're starting business, we make mistakes, right? That's how we grow up. We make mistakes while growing up. And here comes an influencer. Here you are, and you're crushing this person while she's growing in her business. She's growing her business. What is that to you? How does that help you as an influencer? And then, what do you influence your followers to think and say and do? What are you influencing them? You're using your mind, you're using your power towards what? Are you influencing your followers to be productive and constructive members of the society, or destructive? If we're influencing people to be more productive and constructive, we use our words carefully. If we want to destroy them and we're telling people to go and destroy this business, what is that to you? How does that benefit you? And then, have you heard of the phrase, criticize privately and praise publicly? We can do that. Haven't we been influencers at some point in our lives? Haven't you influenced someone, Mia and Francis? Haven't you influenced someone? And how do you do that? Do you influence them by putting down the other person, crushing this other person, and obliterating chances for progress, or what? Okay, speak up, Mia and Franz, if you have ideas. Yeah.
With me, I do that with work because I'm a realtor. So I usually do influence with my clients, when I, especially when buying houses, they ask for my opinion, and naturally, I use
Yes.
my influence.
Yes. But do you do that? Do you say, oh, you need to buy this house, but don't do that. Don't go there because they're A, B, C, D, E, F, G, awful.
Oh, no.
Or do you just focus on what you want to serve, right?
Yeah, and
Yes.
I'm very honest. So
Yes, uh-huh.
I'm not pushy, which I think is what they like.
Yes.
So I'm very honest with my opinions.
Thank you, Mia.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to buy a house from you.
Of course, yes. Gone are the days with the pushy salesman.
Yes. The pushing, yes. What about you, Franz?
My take on it is really, a lot of people take it really personally, but to me, it's more of constructive criticism.
Yes.
Like, not everyone will like you all the time. So it's really your attitude towards getting back at it. And if they didn't like what you have done or what you didn't do, it's kind of a way for me to approach it at a different perspective or a different angle. And, just kind of, oh, thank you for that. And, I really appreciate it's for my own personal growth. So I take it, with
You
with,
as you're talking of yourself as a business owner, right? Not as
Correct.
the influencer,
correct.
as a business owner. All right. Okay. Okay.
So me as a business owner, well, an influencer as well, because I get a lot of comments, reviews, and every time I get that. So it also affects me being an influencer because everything's tracked nowadays. So like, oh, you have, this loan officer is only 4-star. Why is he 4-star? Then they look at the negatives, right? Like when you buy or go to a certain restaurant, just when you Yelp a certain restaurant and someone doesn't like that restaurant because, just one day a server wasn't, feeling her best and, had a impolite attitude, and then they would bash that restaurant saying, oh, 1-star, I didn't like the, which is unfair, but,
Yes.
at the same time, that was an honest opinion, and that was her experience. So
Yes. That's
it
very
can't
good.
hurt the business. Yeah, but that would be a good, teaching point or a learning point for the restaurant as well.
Right. Right. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. How to improve
cool.
yourselves. Yeah, but that's good. See, you're introducing it. Very good. Thank you for that. Yes. I like what you said. And I'm going to ask you more in a little bit. And now this next portion is addressed to those who follow the influencers in the food industry. We'll just focus on the food industry for now, this commentary. For if you are the follower of the influencer, how much of those you read from the influencer do you believe? How much of those you read from unknown people do you take to heart, Do you believe them 100%? Or like what Francis said, oh, you know what? That's just the opinion of this one person. And it's just about this particular thing. It's just about saying hi or smiling. Mia, you have something in mind? You're smiling.
Well, I follow a particular foodie. Well, a foodie, a blogger, which is my nephew. And I know his taste.
That's the one you
Yeah,
follow.
that's the
Because
one I
that
follow.
one you know.
Because I
Yes.
know him and I know
Yes.
his taste. And I look at his pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And based on the pictures, I know if I like it or not.
Right.
So,
there you go.
yeah.
So, yes. So
The credibility
the
matters. Yeah.
yes, the person you know. You
Yeah.
follow the person you know because somehow you have standards that are similar to this person,
Yes.
right? Yes. And then the other thing is how much of your purchasing power and critical ability to think have you abandoned over to the influencers? Uh-huh.
Well,
Yes. Remember your definition? The influencer has the capacity to influence the purchasing power. Okay? So
I
yes.
don't really abandon it. Aside from that, I look at the website after I look at his post, I look at the website of the establishment, and I look at the menu
That is critical thinking.
before I go to the restaurant.
So,
And if it's too much, I don't go.
yes. Okay. So you have
No.
not abandoned your purchasing power and critical thinking. Then also, like you mentioned, you have your own criteria for evaluating food and service, manpower and resources, and all factors involved in the production of the food. How about you, dear followers of other influencers? How much? Yes. Yes, hello. We have guests outside. We have people outside. So, and then also, how mindful are you when you are consuming food? Or if not food, how mindful are you as a consumer? As a follower of the influencer. So for the influencer, I would say you are also being influenced by your own programming and conditioning. You have your own backstories. You have your own conditioning from your culture, your education, your exposure into the world. Now you have a choice to use your power, position, and words to give life or to bring death. You have the power to bring life or to bring death on someone. Whatever your choice is, it comes back to you. And this is where the law of attraction comes in. Whatever you give out there, that's what comes back to you. You know, it's a boomerang. What you sow, you reap. What you plant, you harvest. That is the law of the universe, whether you're aware of it or not. And whatever you give, you receive it in perfect balance. So maybe you bash someone. Well, you don't get a bashing back from the same person, but for some reason, you get some headaches, your relationships are not working well, your health is not that perfect. There's always a return. That's the law of balance. And for you, the consumer, you have your own voice, your own intellectual capacity to exercise discernment. You can use that. You have your own inner guide. Choose well and choose as a love finder instead of a fault finder. I think I mentioned these two words before in a first
episode,
I think
yeah.
in the first episode. Be a love finder instead of a fault finder. Find something good, and if you find something not nice, go the other way. Find something else that you really like. That's your power as a consumer. My husband, he really, he really looks at reviews. And then if he finds 5 reviews saying the same thing about a restaurant, he say, they're saying the same thing. And this one is 2010, this one is 2016, 2018. Apparently, they have not fixed that issue, that same issue. And so he decides no. So he looks at also the dates and where this person comes, what the factors are being mentioned there. So that's he's using his critical ability to do that. Yeah?
He tabulates it.
I don't know. He does that. You have to imagine him, Mia, with his beard. He does it. He pulls on his beard and then he says, this is 2010. She's saying the same thing. 2018, another person, the same thing. Okay, so let's go somewhere else. Okay, so now we go to the business owners. What is your purpose? What is your desired result for your business? Can you transfer your attention from those that bring you down, like this influencer who brings you down, to those people who build you up? You have a choice. You have fans. Go to your fans. Check in with your enemies. That's what they say. You want to know your blind spot? Ask your enemies and people who don't like you. So then also whose feedback, reviews, and opinions matter to you, and how much of what other people say matter compared to what your inner guidance says. Like what Francis said earlier, he also, as a business owner, he finds out, he zeroes in on what needs improvement, and then he works on it. So you're the producer, business owner, Luisa. You have standards and guidelines to follow. You have your passion and commitment. So let's now work on your business. And then, while you do that, Maria Luisa, while you're watching this and you're listening to us and to all the other business owners, I'm also going to invite Mia here and Francis. We are going to do something. All right? Are you ready to do something? Huh? You might need a pen and a paper. Did I ask you to bring that? Anyway, let's just, this is called the Strategic Attraction Plan. If you don't have, here, I have a pen and paper here, but that's okay, Mia. You can think about it. You can, I don't know what you want to do. Let's just play a game, okay?
Okay.
All right, so, Franz, are you okay? You have something there with you? Franz?
Pen and paper?
Yeah, or whatever, or your phone, whatever you have. Okay, so this is called the Strategic Attraction Plan. This is taken from the book. I have the book here, Attracting Perfect Customers. All right, that's the book. This is by Stacy Hall and John Brognies. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Using the power of strategic synchronicity. So if you have a piece of paper, you fold it into 4 parts, or so you. Sorry, I'm reaching out to a sheet of paper here. I'm giving it over to me. Okay. So you fold it into 4 parts, and the first part there, you will write down, just for our purpose here. Here's a pen, Mia.
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right.
Okay. All right. Just for the purpose of our show here, I don't know how much time we have. So on your first column, Francis, are you there, my friend?
I'm here.
Yes.
Can you see?
List down your vision of your perfect client.
Hi.
Who is your perfect client? What are the qualities and attributes of your perfect client? Maybe just 3. 1, 2, 3. If you have something in mind, go ahead. Tell me about it, Francis.
I already know it.
Okay,
So my
tell me.
perfect client number 1 is a unicorn. They don't exist.
Ooh. They don't exist. If you say they don't exist, Francis,
No, they should
they will
exist.
not exist. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you.
No.
Bye-bye, Francis.
No. So yeah, number 1, when I say unicorn, that's like the perfect client who has excellent credit.
Excellent credit. Okay, number 1
They
is
do
excellent
exist. They do
credit.
exist. I don't want to don't misquote me, but they do
Yes.
exist. But that's my number 1 characteristic, is that they have perfect credit,
Perfect credit. Number 1.
good income, and very minimal debt.
Okay, those are 3 very good qualities.
Yeah.
Good, did you say perfect credit?
Yeah.
Good income, minimal debt.
Debt.
Okay, those are the qualities of your perfect client. What about you, Mia?
We're colleagues.
Your colleagues, so do you have
so
the
we
same?
work together. No. So, but my perfect client is pre-qualified,
Pre-qualified, yes.
decisive, and honest.
And honest. Okay, so now you have those 3 attributes under your. It could go on and on. You know,
Yeah.
you can take the whole day and just sit down and list all the perfect qualities of your client. Now, if you're a business owner, if you're a restaurant owner, I will add the perfect client gives. How would you describe this tip? Magnanimous tips. All right, he gives generous tips. Okay, the perfect client for the restaurant would be a very appreciative, and he brings in more people. He refers. He
Refers,
gives
yeah.
referrals. Okay, so those are your attributes for your client. They also pay well. All right. Your clients should be paying you well.
Appreciative
Of course,
of
yes.
the food. Yeah.
Yes.
So no discount then? No discount?
No
Did they pay you well?
discounts. If you want no discounts, you can put that, because these are your ideals. It's your business. You determine. You choose. Nobody's-
Banquets.
Yes. Okay.
Don't discount your work too, right?
What's that again?
They don't discount your work.
They
don't discount your work, because
They
you're doing
value your work.
yeah, value your
Yes.
work. Don't discount your work.
Yes, they value your work, not just for its face value, but for the hidden gems behind what you're doing, right? Your services. All right. On your second column would be you. You. What makes you tick? What are your attributes? What are your best qualities as the service provider? So while you're thinking about them, Mia and Francis, for the restaurant owner, I would say your best qualities, my best qualities would be I cook the best food ever. Okay, I am creative and I am very. My restaurant is very clean. I'm just very good. I'm very personable. I walk around and I get to know my clients. All right. I get to know the people who are working for me because I want to be involved in their lives and I love them. So those are my qualities. What about you, Mia?
Honest,
Yes.
knowledgeable,
You are honest, you are knowledgeable,
pleasing.
pleasing. Yes. What about you, Franz?
Trustworthiness for me, very similar to honesty. Just a lot of people in my industry or even my clients, they're either having cold feet all the time. This is their first time buying a house and getting a loan for hundreds of thousands, and it's scary. And so you have to kind of want to hold their hand along the process. And number two would be always seeking their best interest and not your own interest and not other people's interest, even if you have other business partners who are only seeking their interest. So you'd have to, weigh things down and
Yes.
try to explain to them that, it's the client's best interest is what's important here, not our
Yes.
interest.
You have their
And,
best interests. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And the last is just willingness to serve.
Yes.
I always don't want to end my clients there after our transaction. I just don't treat it like a transaction. I would always want to, keep our relationship going because that's what keeps my business going is for them to spread the word and, and that's what I've been doing is just word of mouth, since the start of my career. And,
Yes.
I've made more friends than enemies, of course.
Oh, yes.
And that's how we succeed, in my business for that.
Yes. Thank you for that. So that you're putting, those are your qualities that you love and you want to give to your clients. The third column now is what do your perfect customers or clients expect from you? Expect you to deliver. What do they expect you to give them?
Well, that's easy. Discount.
And are you prepared to give the discounts?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So if you have absolutely no problem with that, that's okay because it's also good when you give discounts, life will also give you discounts. That's the law of
Exactly.
attraction.
There you go.
Yes.
Law of attraction.
You give freebies, you will receive freebies. But for you, the asker, if you constantly ask for a bargain, you will also be given
Yeah.
a bargain.
Bargain.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you put, Mia?
They expect a home,
They expect you to deliver
The
a
home,
home.
yeah.
Yes.
answers to their questions, and a smooth transaction.
All right. Those are the very valid expectations of clients in the real estate. And you, Franz, where are you, Francis? What do your, aside from the bargain and the freebies, what do your perfect customers expect you to deliver?
Well, they expect me to deliver what I really have already delivered, and which is, of course, trustworthiness. They want honesty. They want just the best rate. They want, which is pretty much seeking their best interest. So it kind of goes hand in hand with me. It's easy because I'm already doing it. So, and that's why, I've had a lot of difficult clients, but in the end, they really treasured what I've done for them, although it was a very difficult loan to do. And it was very, it took took a lot of labor hours, and
Wouldn't
and
you?
in the at the very end, I ended up getting 2 or 3 more referrals from them.
Okay, you got
Because
more
of the
referrals. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're seeing the benefits of your hard work. You might even want to change the word hard work and difficult. You can even say, "Oh, it's pushing me to explore my limitations." Because if
Yes.
we continually say the word difficult, it's going to be more difficult. But if we say it is productive, it's challenging, and it's intellectually stimulating for me, it allows me to explore my boundaries. It allows
I
me
like
to,
that.
yes, it allows me to go into places within myself that I never knew existed. My courage, my perspicacity. Oh, that's a word. My my audacity, my resiliency, my creativity. So it no longer looks difficult because now you're looking inside, you're looking inward, exploring your own best that you've never seen before, right? So
Right.
the fourth column now is where is the room for improvement? And in order to answer the room for improvement is you compare the first 3 columns, and if there's a discrepancy, for example, in my case, for example, my perfect client would be someone who would continually come to me and pay on time and refer, okay? Then my second column is what's my best, I deliver, I'm honest, I have integrity. The third part, what do I think they expect me to deliver? I think they expect me to deliver more content, more services, and all that. But the room for improvement here for me in my case is I don't have a very good working website. That's the room for improvement. Even if they want to see me and they want to refer to me, clients, but I don't have a website that would give them whatever they want. So that is the room for improvement. Whatever it is that you want your clients to be, but you do not have it yet, and you feel you can't have it yet at the moment, that is your room for improvement. Get what I mean? It's that blind
Yeah.
spot, yes. So what do you say,
Uh,
Franz? What's your
I
room
think
for
it's
improvement?
I think it's a realization that there's so much to be improved on your end, not specifically, but in my end, it's knowing that you have. It's just like there was a quote saying that the truly learned person is learning really what you don't know.
Yes.
What you don't know yet.
Yes,
So,
you don't know yet.
yeah.
Right,
So
correct.
it's learning what you don't know, in this world yet. So, in my opinion, there's still so much to be improved on my end as we grow and, with the times changing. But specifically, I think it's my system of follow-up.
Follow up.
You do have to have, nowadays it's electronic, but I think I do need to improve on my systematic, like I have to write down or put more stuff in my calendar, which I
Yes.
refuse to because I want to free up some time
Yes.
for
That
myself.
is free up your busy
It's kind of
schedule.
a catch 22. So,
Yes. Thank you. What about you, Mia? You look very pensive there.
No,
What's
I'm
my room for
thinking more
improvement?
of, I guess it's looking into technology as well as, because I'm very hands-on. I'm also thinking of letting it go as well.
Okay.
I'm very hands-on. At the same time, I should let go.
Yes.
So,
Let go.
yeah.
Yes. Letting go is really a
Yeah.
big room for improvement. Let it go. I'm going to not attach this sticky figure, sticky
Right.
thing into my system, and I'm gonna let it go. I don't know anything as of now, and the world is open. It will be revealed to me.
Right. At the same time, if I let go, I can do more stuff.
Yes, that's good. Now, this is where the influencers come in handy. for the room for improvement and the columns there, what do my perfect customers ask of me or expect me to deliver? So look at your reviews, those reviews, people in public, those that they post online. Look at your influencers, and then you say, if they're valid. You say, they want more charming hostesses, for example. That's a room for improvement. I never thought of that. They want, I don't know, they want hot, really, really hot, piping hot meals. Maybe I go check my kitchen and tell the chefs to, the servers to make this super, super hot, because the Americans want it very hot. Okay, so the room for improvement, you get the items from your influencers and your reviews. Does that make sense now? Mm-hmm. So we make use of what we have. So yeah, that is the strategic attraction plan. It's not action, it's attraction. Making valid whatever you have there, whatever you have in your hands, making them work for you and fortifying the best that you have, and then you attract more of those into your life. And yes, so that is the process that we're doing today. I hope you found value in that. Mm-hmm.
Very much.
Yes.
Just one last question to Dot with regards to Mia's letting go,
Mm-hmm.
or learning to detach from a client. Is there a law of unattraction, or a law where you know when to stop and when to let go? Like I think that's a very common
yes
trait for
there
a lot of
is
human beings, is learning not to
learning
be
to let go.
separated, or
Learning to let go is trust. It's basically about trust, that not everything that I know at the moment is serving me. At the moment, I don't know everything, so I'm giving this over to the universe out there in the field of infinite possibilities. And when I release the not knowing and it's the humility to say, you know what? I don't know. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I have no more resources. It's
no more time to
yes,
do it.
or I don't have time anymore. I want to focus on something else. It's also a humble. It's an exercise in humility that, hey, universe, can you take care of this, please? And then it always returns to you much cleaner and much clearer. Yeah, thank you for that question. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful question. The law of attraction is just one of the laws, the 7 laws of the universe, but I'm not going to get into the 6 other laws, all right? There's also the law of, in layman's terms, the law of waiting. You plant your seed and then you don't dig constantly. You allow it to grow. Get your hands off me, says the little seed. I want to grow on my own. And it will grow on its own. All you have to do is water like that. But you don't dig into the soil and constantly check on the little seed. I think we talked about this too. Yep. All right. So I think we have exhausted our time. I don't know how long we have been gabbing here and yakety yak here doing our yakety yak. I want to leave you guys with this question. I want you to post it. Wow, that's very demanding. No, I want you to post it. I invite you to post it on your bedroom wall, not your Facebook wall, not your Instagram. Here we go. Are you ready? Copy this question. What is my grandest version of my greatest vision for myself?
Can you text it?
Oh yeah. What is your
What is my grandest
what is my grandest version of my greatest vision for myself? Yes. And your soul will answer you. Grandest version of the greatest vision. GVGV. Okay. So I will text that to you, and maybe text it on the comments. Yes, So yeah, that's
Put
it
it
for
on the
today.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much, dear listeners and viewers. Thank you so much, Francis. If you have a takeaway you want to
you.
talk about,
Thank you.
go ahead and say your takeaway and your goodbye, your message to your listeners.
My goodbye is still the famous words by Mr. Henry Ford, of course, because, like I said, I'm a car fanatic. It's if you think you can do a thing or think you can't do a thing, you're right.
You are right. Yes, that is the law of attraction. Right. And so I'm saying goodbye now. And Mia, what are our goodbyes here?
So, again, if you want to join us again, Wednesdays, 12 noon Pacific Standard Time for On the Dot. And I leave you with a closing quote. Influencers are not leaders, but leaders are influencers. By Richie Norton.
Yay. Thank you
Join
so
us
much,
again
Mia.
next
That was a good one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love
Thank you
it.
for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Francis.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Francis.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
dear listeners and viewers. Bye,
See you
friends.
again next Wednesday on the dot.
On
12
the
noon.
dot.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Adios.
Salamat po. All right. And if you're interested to join the UP Alumni Association in Nevada while we're waiting for our music, come and join us. .lenore@gmail.com if you have questions. Yes.
Send in your letters.
Yes. Your text, 702-498-6185. If you're from UP, come and join us. Yay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
From your PHLV radio family, Merry Christmas and all the best in the coming year.
Merry Christmas from your friends at THLV Radio.